Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. We're here after the Real Madrid versus Juventus live watch along, set to discuss the game. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. I'm leaving all the games because tomorrow will come a full review of match week 3. This is something I will start doing now. So the entire match week, we'll be looking at it tomorrow. But here I have Real Madrid versus Juventus, and honestly, it was a bore fest. Like when you were watching the other games, I felt like Squidward in the meme when he's looking from the window. I'm seeing goals galore in all the other games, and yeah, 66% possession for Real Madrid, 34%, 2.81 XG, 28 shots. But as you can see, only 2 big chances for Real Madrid in this game. And even if we look at the momentum chart, you can see you've had a moment. This is probably maybe the Vlahovic 1v1, yeah, right before the goal. And then they were pushing a little bit towards the end when Madrid were defending. But Juventus, honestly, cowards. I understand Juventus are in really poor form. They have drawn their last 6 games. Heavy pressure on Igor Tudor and the rest of the squad. But playing like this is not the right way. I remember last season, first game of the season, Stuttgart came to the Bernabeu and absolutely balled out. Yes, they lost. I mean, I know Juve want to get the win, but they play their football. Maybe this is Juventus football, but it just felt like cowards the entire game. I mean, 1 big chance, 13 shots, 4 shots, 0. They looked like a mid-table club versus Real Madrid. Even Tosin said it in the watch-along. They respected Real Madrid way too much in this game. And no, and that's the biggest thing actually with Madrid. You never respect them. Why do you think Barca have the best record versus Madrid? It's because like Barca never respect Madrid. That obviously sometimes comes back and haunts them and so on, but you can never respect Madrid. Madrid, look at this. 28 shots from all different areas, but as I said, only 2 big chances created. That continues to somewhat seem to be the problem when it comes to the big games for Real Madrid in terms of chance creation. And obviously, the 2 big chances, one of them is the goal, and the second one is the Kylian Mbappe shot. Let's go into the lineup. Before we discuss Real Madrid, let's discuss Juventus, because there isn't that much to discuss about this side. Di Gregorio, probably Juventus' best player this game, made huge saves, especially that double save on the right-hand side. And that, the Mbappe chance, like, it's a big chance that, if you look at football, big chance missed. But Mbappe put it somewhere close to the top right. Di Gregorio still saves. It was a top save from Di Gregorio. I felt Gatti was good. Defensively was good, made a lot of important blocks on Mbappe, on Vinny. And then passing-wise, very good as well. Obviously, because they're only playing a 2-man pivot, they're expecting their centre-backs to basically play as the 6, as the deepest midfielder, with both Thuram and Koopmeiners being more box-to-box roles. Rugani, I mean, still surprised that he's still playing football at Juventus as well. Mid. I mean, how can you have a play? Juventus' downfall is... it's worrying. Kalulu only gets a 5.7. I felt he was one of Juventus' best players this game. Pushing up, down that right side many times. Lost the most duels. I mean... Yeah, no, I felt Kalulu was, 3 out of 13. I felt Kalulu was one of Juventus, decent players. Cambiasso, I've heard a lot of stuff about him, especially from Juventus fans, but I saw moments, 1, 2, 3 good moments from Cambiasso, but I'm expecting way better, man. Cambiasso, you gotta do better. Thuram, decent, not bad, but decent. Koopmeiners, he was a little bit let down this game. It wasn't that good. McKennie in 2025. Like, Juventus have done a rebuild, but they gotta do another rebuild on their current rebuilded squad here, man. It's Yildiz, you expect better. You expect better from Yildiz. I know Juventus didn't have that much of the ball. How many touches did Yildiz had this game? 30. 30. Just couldn't get involved in the game, couldn't be impactful. A lot of it had to do with Juventus, how they were playing, not having that much of the ball, letting Madrid have it and so on. But Yildiz has to do better. But he did create, I remember, a huge opportunity. They're probably not going to count as a big chance created. Yeah, the ball down right in front of Courtois. Vlahovic could have read it better. And then Vlahovic, honestly decent. A lot of bad actions, a lot of good actions. That 1v1, really great, winning the duel against Militao, going all the way to the goal. But you got to score him, man. So, yeah. not that best from Juventus. Let's talk about Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois. The first tweet I tweeted about this game was Thibaut Courtois. He's still saving Real Madrid's ass in big 2025. We're closing in on 2026 and Thibaut Courtois is still saving Real Madrid. Top keeper and yeah, top keeper, Thibaut Courtois. Especially when it comes to the UEFA Champions League. Sometimes in La Liga, recent time, he can be a little bit let down because of the expectations you have on him. But in the Champions League, even last season when they played Arsenal and got knocked out and conceded 5 goals, could have been worse if Courtois wasn't in between the two the posts. Valverde obviously coming in as the right back this game for Carvajal, who's suspended. Trent, who is injured. Decent game. Nothing special. I felt towards the end, that 1v1 they had, Valverde, nice fake. Take the shot. Why are you trying to pass it to Gonzalo Garcia? But decent game from Valverde. Nothing special. Asensio, good game from Asensio. Huge tackle towards the end on Openda. Obviously, that got him injured and subbed out. But good game from Asensio. One thing I always like with Asensio, he takes a lot of risky passes because this was a game where Madrid had to take progressive, risky passes between the lines because Juventus were parking the filthiest bus I've seen, man. Militao. Honestly, could be my man of the match for this game. Like, Militao was insane defensively this game, taking 5 shots as well. One of them, this one which came from Mbappe, going right above like the top right corner area. I thought Militao was really superb this game. Yeah, so huge props. Had to defend a lot of times in space as well. He was really good, Militao. And last but not least, Carreras here in the defense. He was really good as well, winning the most duels, winning the ball often from Kalulu and so on. You want to see a little bit maybe more offensively from him, even though you have Vinicius on that left side, but Carreras has been a good signing for Real Madrid so far. Tchouaméni, decent, honestly, decent. Because I felt in a game like this, when the opposition is parking the bus, you want that deep playing 6. You want that Vitinha. You want that Pedri. And obviously, that's the biggest weakness in Tchouaméni's game. He likes more of an intense game, because then he can use his defensive awareness. This game, he barely had to use his defensive qualities, which is his best qualities. He's passing a little bit mid, so decent performance from Tchouaméni, nothing special. Arda Güler, 8.6, 7 chances created. The issue I have with chances created is, it's only like I pass the ball to someone and he takes a shot. The shot could be taken from anywhere with the lowest XG, never going in, but it's still a chance created. But I felt Güler was still good this game. But he was forced to play in the double pivot with Tchouaméni so that they can play Bellingham as the number 10. We'll come to Bellingham, but I still feel like play Güler as the 10. He's been like Madrid's second best player after Mbappe this season, and we've seen their link up. Obviously, in this game, Güler and Mbappe mostly link up through space. Güler gets the ball, transition, finds Mbappe running, and they score the goal. Obviously, in this game, there were barely opportunities for that with how Juventus were playing ball. I still feel like Güler should be playing in his normal position. And then we come to Bellingham. I felt his last 30 minutes, like straight after scoring the goal, after that, he had some good moments and so on. And good to get that goal, good movement in the box. But apart from that, the performance, Bellingham he has to up his performances. He's not playing at the level he should be performing at, according to expectations. He's performing at the level I expect from Bellingham. Like, this was a usual Bellingham game with some good moments towards the end as well. But huge goal, gets the goal of the game. That's, you know, the best way for Bellingham to be impactful. Brahim Diaz, I don't understand why Madrid, they extended him recently as well. I don't understand why they play him off the right. I know he was not going to get any minutes in central areas, but I mean, this dude is not a raw winger, has never been a raw winger in his career. This dude is someone that is better in tight spaces, as a false 9, as a number 10, as an offensive 8. But obviously, they wanted to rest Franco for the upcoming El Clasico. And then we come to the 2 attackers in this team, Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe. Let's talk about Vinicius. I felt, alongside Militao, he was really superb this game, taking the most important moments, hitting the woodwork, and obviously completely created that goal. Unfortunately, it doesn't count as an assist because, I mean, Vini did 99% for that. 3 players on him, insane ball retention, gets the shot off, hits the post, and Jude Bellingham is there to score a ball. And then he created a big chance for Kylian Mbappe as well. So I felt Vini steadily coming back. So it's very interesting, looking forward for the rest of the season, how Vinicius Jr. is going to perform. But already it's looking much better than Vini towards the end of last season. He obviously started off last season really well with that hat-trick versus Dortmund, but then he started dipping off. Vini is performing better than what he ended last season. And lastly but not least, Kylian Mbappe, 7 chances created. I felt Mbappe, when you look at his profile, his biggest strengths, when you play a team like Juventus who sat back the entire game, you're not going to get the best out of Kylian Mbappe. And that was clear to see. He barely got any opportunities. Yes, he took 5 shots, but as you can see, 3 of them outside of the box. But then he had these 2 chances. Should probably convert one of them, even though De Gregorio made 2 astonishing saves on both shots. This one, I think, came from Brahim from the floor. Good shot from Mbappe. And this one came from Vinny as well. And obviously Mbappe's 11 goal scoring streak ends here. No 12 goal scoring streak for Kylian Mbappe, but it was still a goodish game for Mbappe. Not that much he could do. But obviously the bigger picture will be Real Madrid. And I've asked this before. Can I see this team win the Champions League? And I have to be honest, I don't think so. I just think the quality is lacking still in this team. Like, you need to strengthen the team with better players. Obviously players can improve in form and so on. But I don't know. I still feel like Madrid, after this game, they probably even dropped in my like power ranking for Champions League winners, because this is the second biggest game of their season alongside the Atletico Madrid game, and they just haven't been performing at that level. We obviously have El Clasico coming up, which is a great game. It will decide how great Barca are, even though we saw the PSG Barca game, they were tested in that game. But we'll see Madrid's level in that game as well, especially with them losing all the El Clasicos. 4 El Clasicos they lost last season. So, yeah, good victory from Madrid. 9 out of 9 points in the Champions League, sitting first in La Liga. So it's been a good start for Madrid. It's just the performance, looking at the bigger picture. They want to win the Champions League. They want to win La Liga. They want to win the big games. They want to perform well. That's still a little bit of a question mark. But individual ability from Courtois in this game, I felt Militao was really good. And Vinny. I would say those are my top 3 performers this game. And yeah, not Bellingham. But yeah, that finishes it off. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez Paris.